Welcome to Project Headcanon. This is another progress report, covering my work on the wiki itself since the last progress report video. It does not cover my work regarding the content on the wiki. For that, see the Content Crosshair series. In this video, we'll mainly focus on migrating the wiki to an online hosting platform, which is a change I've been looking forward to for a long time now. Now, because the entire wiki will now be located on a publicly available website, I don't feel comfortable showing every detail of the server configuration just for security's sake, but in general, here's the process I followed. First, spin up the virtual machine on the cloud and set it up with a web server. From the Project Headcanon wiki on my computer, generate an XML dump of the wiki's pages. Also copy the files, skins, and non-default extensions to the shared folder. Upload all of that stuff to the web server with a secure file sharing program. I used FileZilla. Install MediaWiki on the web server. Once it generates the local settings.php file, make sure to add any missing bits from the local version before finalizing the installation. From here, we follow pretty much all of the same procedures as the first few progress report videos. Import dump, import images, rebuild all, run jobs, etc. This was, just like the first time, a very time-consuming but very hands-off process. Now we'll configure the wiki to use a shortened URL. I won't show that here since it also involves the server configuration a bit, but there is a tutorial on the MediaWiki website that I will link in the description. So if you're watching this video, that means that the wiki's deployment was successful, and you can find a link to the wiki in the description. I should also point out some drawbacks as well. With VirtualBox, I could also choose how many resources the server used from my desktop, but now I'm limited by the CPU and memory of the virtual server, in addition to the much slower internet connection compared to running it locally. Altogether, this means that the Cosmos skin is once again a bit too slow for my liking, at least when trying to do a lot of editing very quickly. It's fine for browsing, but when I make any more large-scale cuts, I'll probably have to switch back to Monobook temporarily. I've also decided not to add PyWikibot to the server for now. I don't foresee making any of the sweepingly large changes that led me to install it in the first place. If that ever changes, I can always reinstall it later. I also decided to add a MediaWiki extension that's not used by Wikipedia. It's called Popups, and it makes this little summary thing pop up when you mouse over a link to a main namespace article. The procedure for this is pretty familiar. We just download, extract to our extensions directory on the server, and activate it in our local settings.php file. However, there is a bit of a problem. The pop-up includes an image if the linked article has any, but oftentimes that image is one from a maintenance template. To prevent this, we have to edit a page in the MediaWiki namespace called pageimages-blacklist. We also need to refresh links.php after doing that for the changes to propagate through. Now I'm going to configure the wiki's permissions. I don't want anyone who visits the wiki to be able to create, edit, or delete articles, since this is my project after all, but I do want to let people discuss articles if they want to. To achieve that, I'm first allowing any user with an account to edit pages, but then I'm restricting the ability to edit articles in all of the non-talk namespaces to a permission that only administrators have. That lets anyone with an account create and edit talk pages as they see fit, but prevents anyone but me from changing the actual content in any way. And finally, I'm going to set up an automated backup of the wiki's content that will happen every day. Since the wiki is now exposed to the internet, I want to make sure that just in case
a tragedy has occurred,
I'll be able to recover all of the work I've done, at least up until the previous day. That's all I have for this progress report. This one was proportionally very short for the amount of work it describes, mostly because I'm not showing the details of starting up the server. But on the other hand, now anyone who wants to can access the site directly. If you go and check the roadmap page, you might very well see updates happen before they appear in the next progress report video. That doesn't mean I'll stop making them though. So, may the force be with you.